Welcome to another episode of Dirty D Gaming. Alright, folks, today we're going to talk about the announcements that came out this morning about Verse 4 Raiders of Lyonesse. Supposedly coming out September 10th. That's tomorrow, folks. Let's go take a look at the official Pax Dei website for more information. So hold on tight. Alright, we're here at Pax Dei. Well, playpaxday.com and checking out their new announcement here. As you can see, they have a nice little artwork here for Lyonesse. And it's Verse 4. Raiders of Lyonesse is coming on September 10th. So a little quick overview. What this little announcement talks about is new PvP map, new resources in Lyonesse, enchantment, RP outfits, UI updates, Cosmo updates, revamp of lobby, new character creation UI, and tutorial page. So let's go over all of these and let's see what they're talking about here. Alright, so they're talking about the new PvP map. They're talking about how they made like they discussed before, they made the whole zone much bigger to support the new gameplay because, it was really tiny before, and if there's going to be a lot of people involved with this, you don't want them packed like sardine cans. So they're talking about how they add watchtowers to repair your gear and craft new items. And then they want the fast travel. They're enabled fast travel with inline to ruined cities, which is pretty awesome in each province. So it'll probably be like the way it is in the home valley. You have to discover it first to be able to teleport to it. So I was saying it'd be a lot more stuff in there besides PvP, more monsters to defeat. It's going to be filled with treasure and riches. So, right down here, they're going to show the map. I mean, it looks pretty big. I'm thinking the original map was maybe the center. And now we have pretty much the center and 4 home valleys size. If original home valleys, not the new ones. So it's a pretty big map. And it looks like it's very diverse. There's a little bit of everything. It's hard to tell. This map's very small, but it looks like it has a little bit of every biome inside the map. Then they first talk about after that they talk about the resources. They show more pictures of it. This is what the resources look like. It's telling you how it's going to add, give you reason to actually come out here to PvP or venture out here for the new resources to help level up your gear, make it stronger. So the first one is this little like growing bush. You probably can gather it. And then the second one definitely looks like some ore you're going to have to mine. Who knows what level mining you need. It didn't really say yet. So I'm wondering, depending on the level of your gathering mining skill, is how much you get per hit or per node. They didn't really touch on that. Hopefully it's not steel only. Hopefully they give an option for like low level miners to be able to get in here and get stuff. Now granted, I hope if they do that they don't make it so they get the same amount no matter what pickaxe you use. I think if you obviously use a bronze one versus the steel one, you should get less, but they didn't really touch base on that. This is very scarce, and yeah, it's sought out by Zebians and Inquisition and all that fun stuff that's out in the world. They're talking about bosses, so it looks like they added world bosses. I don't know if that's like world bosses, but they say the biggest spoils will be found on their bosses in the PvE site. So maybe just regular bosses, but out in the open, like we used to have. Talking about how the enchantment will be used in a new resource, can be refined in alchemy and jewelry crafting. These trees are used to combine into the sanctified oil, which comes in 4 tiers. You have plus 50 to plus 125 points of power item to boost. And it will permanently, this is an important part, permanently boost all item stats, which is very good. And then for the RP community, they finally are giving us a little sneak peek of what we're getting here. So this is pretty amazing here. they've definitely have gone all out. The color combination is a little, eh. I mean, it's better than nothing. But they said at the the release of this on tomorrow, there'll be 36 wearable for RP and other occasions. So these are, I guess, the crowns they have, which are nice. I definitely dig them. The colorization of the dresses are very it's nice. So I'm hoping when they say 36, maybe 36. Does it say like it says 36 wearable colorful sets of 36 wearable. So hopefully that means 36 different color scheme sets. Hopefully. Or is it just 36 different types? Maybe it's just 36 items altogether. I'm hoping maybe it's 36 sets, so you get all one in blue and yellow, one like this, but most likely it's probably just 36 items at the moment. So, but I mean, they look pretty damn good. I just wish they would give a little bit of like, maybe I just want all yellow tunic with some brown and black trim, or even white trim, or even silver trim. Maybe I do want a blue. It just I feel like there's not enough variation because everyone's gonna have a green dress, a red and white, or a red and white dress, or just a plain black one. And then we got like the cloak in the middle here. I feel like it's like Christmas time with the color scheme. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is better than nothing, and it looks amazing. It definitely does. I like how they did the boots here. Very nice, simple. This is why I feel like the bigger pieces should be like single tones with highlights to make it like the white boots, like the knee high boots. They like to have it. They have the white, and then they have the brown or accent with the string. So or even the black ones, it's black with red accents. Like I wish they would have done that with the dresses and all that stuff. Do it all red, and then like the fringe, not everything, just the fringe. Because this is like I feel like it's just too much. Like maybe do the bottom, the mud flap at the bottom, which is already red, and then the leaves in the red pattern. Make that red, and then do the white background. I think that would make it pop more. And same thing with the other one, like with the Florida leaf pattern, like make that like the Florida leaf pattern. See how it's all green, and then you have the black highlight. Do the same thing over here, all white or all red with the highlight. Even the black dress, very nice. It's all one color with the silverish highlight. It's just like, but then you look at the male tunics, you got. I feel like it's just too much going on. Like narrow it down, like get all white with the red fleur de lis. Instead of doing blue and yellow like that, do it all blue and then yellow trim. So it would be the belt, the bottom part of the tunic, the cuffs. That's it. And oh, neck collar, not the shoulders. Don't do the shoulders blue or yellow. Keep it all one color. So yellow throughout with the trim blue, or blue or without with the yellow or gold trim. And like, I just feel like uh, unless you give us the option to dye stuff, don't make these things all wacky colors. Try to keep them solid colors. Like these cloaks right here. They're obviously except for the middle one, um, yellow or gold with black trim, excellent. Blue with black trim, excellent. The one in the middle, it looks nice. Don't get me wrong, it looks nice, but like tone it down. It should have been like all green with black with whatever pictures instead. Do that black or silver, not red, black or silver, and then have the gold trim. Try to simplify it. And now we're going to talk about the UI updates, which they talked about this before, how they didn't like it, and they went back changing it. So now we have poor is dark gray, common is light gray, uncommon is green, rare is blue. So they're showing it right here. Which this I do like this. It makes it really simple. You know exactly what you get into. It shows you what level it is, and it looks like it's going up to tier 6, and then each level it looks like unless it's just, yeah, each level, because what it's this one the bottom says it's epic tier 2, but it's master crafted. So it looks like you can get master crafted anything. So the question is, how much of a difference is this master crafted going to be? Because like right now, the way they have the system, like what's the point in making like say tier 3 plate armor that's green when I can go with a tier 2 blue that's cheaper in materials, like because you say you use iron versus wrought iron, and like easier to replace if you lose it in PvP, but has the same stats. I'm hoping the Mastercraft will bump it up a little bit more than the current version. So if I have a Mastercrafted blue, it's going to be better than a normal blue, and then better than the next tier green. Then that's the important part, because like why would I want, it has to give you more than what's given us right now. It's kind of like about is the HUD update, which is nice. It shows you right here in the picture. It actually shows you what biome you're in. Huge thank you. Like sometimes some of them, not all of them, there's a few that are like, is this one? Is this that one? Like the picture's too blurry to figure it out. And this makes it so much better because now I definitely know, okay, I'm in the PAL, I'm in this one, I'm in that one, I'm in the ghost area. So when I'm looking for rare resources or certain items that only drop in that area biome, I know I'm there. Very excellent news. I'm glad that this is finally coming in. I felt like this should have been in from the get-go, especially when they added them all. But hey, better late than never. Then after that, they're talking about the Cosmos update, where they continue to enhance the night sky and the cloud rendering, which is huge. Like everything looks amazing. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like at least during the day the clouds are a little too grainy. They need to be a little bit smoothed out. I mean, I feel like sometimes I'm in Minecraft when I get really choppy looking, and I have a decent rig. I can run everything on high if I want to. I usually set it at medium to high just to help cut some of the lag down. That's unnecessary, but still it'd be nice. So then after that, they talk about revamping the lobby and new character creator UI, which is nice, but the only problem. Let's first talk about it. We're talking about how they're gonna make it so if it's a better style, more importantly, unlock a whole range of new options to help your avatar faces look unique. I like that, like redness, baggy eye underneath the eyes, or dark eyes, or make it more realistic. Every single character looks like they're freshly woken up every day. Awesome. But downside is we can't mess with this unless you make a new character. I really hope they get a feature in where you can change your do some kind of like mirror or something so you can change your hairstyle. So as your character progresses, if you want to show like you got a scar, you can add a scar later down the road. But I mean, this is a good start. At least they're giving you more options, as you can see, with the bags and the redness and all that stuff. They make the characters look more like you if you're trying to do that, or make them more realistic. They definitely went to the extreme with these two. They've looked pretty hot. And then the final thing I'm talking about is the new tutorial pages. This lobby will feature help new people to Pax Dei understand the game, to give them more context on what the game is about, so they're not completely lost, which is excellent. I almost feel like they need to do like a tutorial island or tutorial area that's like self-contained, almost sort of like what Dune did, had your own little like beginner area, or other games where you had your little starter islands, just to get everyone used to the game, so they're not just like thrown to the wolves immediately and like trying to figure things out on the fly. Don't get me wrong, I love games like that, but not everyone likes that. So it's definitely a lot of good things coming out tomorrow. Probably people want more, but a lot of people are like, oh, I want to test it all at once. Like, you know what? I'd rather them do it in bite sizes like this. So if they mess something up majorly, it's not gonna like destroy everything. They can fix it, before it affects other things, or we'll see like only this little the mistakes they did for this little section, and we won't see how it compacts or compounds on the other parts because they'll have it fixed by then. But it's definitely it's looking like it this place is going to be big, and they say if you can teleport into them, which is good because it'll stop. people from being gated, which is a huge issue with any MMO. Like Dune, prime example. There's only one way in, one way out. Like, I understand, like, there should be maybe one way in, but at least give them options to travel around. Like with this new update that's coming out, and yeah, at first it's gonna suck for you because you don't have the Petra J to get to teleport to the 4 different regions. But once you get them, instead of having to plow through the front area to get to them, you can just teleport. So yeah, there might be people waiting for you, but that's gonna be a safe zone. Remember, they said that every Petra J is gonna have eventually is gonna have the trade town and a safe area where you can't be attacked. So yeah, there's still, I guess you can technically be gated at each area, but there's more areas to cover now. So not there's less chance that one guild can hold a whole area or the whole map because it's not going to be 5 different spots or 4 different spots. So they can't unless I mean even if they have a large guild, that's a lot of resources to cover, man wise, and that's talking you've got everyone on and all that stuff. So it's good. It really helps the gating issue, which I figured that was going to be one of the biggest problems is getting past that initial start point. Yeah, in the beginning it's going to suck because no one's going to have it, so you have to fight your way through possibly or sneak your way through. But at least if you get the Patriots days, you'll be able to teleport later to them with grace. Now I hope they don't give us an option to teleport from the homesteads directly to one of those. I hope we have to still enter the zone and then teleport because, like, at least give people a fair chance to know, oh, there's someone out here. Where he is, I don't know because he just teleported, but at least I know there's someone out here to hunt. So those people that like PvP, it makes them work and want to be out there because they know they at least know if someone's out there because they can see them initially zone in. But that's pretty much all I had to talk about this. It's going to be pretty packed tomorrow, I hope. Hopefully, me and Knights of Valor will get on and test it out, or at least go out and dip our toes in it. I don't know how far we're going to get. I'm actually excited about a bunch of stuff. Definitely, the biggest thing is obviously, I know it's going to sound like a cheesemonger or a little RPer, too much RPer, but the outfits, because you know what? Uh, the way they change the armors now and all that stuff, light, heavy, and medium, everyone looks the same. There's no variation like we had before, where certain, there was different pauldrons and different bracers and different helmets. Yeah, there are some differences, but nothing, you know, it's a lot less compared to what it used to be, which, I'm glad it's still options. But it's nice to see that we'll be able to, like, all right, if I'm just farming, I don't need to have my armor. I can put on some cool looking RP outfit and go out there and farm. Or while I'm doing RP, even though Knights of Valor are knights in armor, so less like it. But at least I can change my cloak, have a different cloak, because we're stuck with one cloak right now. So I at least change that up a little bit. Um, Interesting enough, they show head pieces, chest pieces, boots, and even leg pieces, which is where they're not on this post, but there's leg piece pictures, um, which are not here. But I didn't see gloves. Hopefully there's gloves too, because and bracers that would be nice. Because let's be realistic. The leather bracers are pretty lame in the game right now. Back in verse 2 and even verse 1, they had different varieties. They looked cool. I actually would RP with leather braces and gloves on and have full plate with the rest of it. So now I'm hoping we'll have some nice RP bracers that look better than what's out there as the current medium set bracers and light set bracers. Because the band braces and plate, they all look the same, even beforehand. I think there was maybe one or two that had like ornate carvings on it, but other than that, they were all the same. So this update is definitely looking good. I'm definitely, hopefully, going to be able to get on tomorrow and test out with my clan. If not, definitely this weekend. There's a lot of hype about this. And there's a lot of negativity too, because people are like, "Oh, this is so focused on PvP," but they gotta understand, like, you gotta have a core PvP setup in the game because without it, it's one, you can't resolve conflict in the game properly if you're having an issue with a clan or a person. Two, you lose the realness of the world where you do anything with no consequences. So I'm glad that they're focusing on the PvP to get it right. And at the same time, like yeah, it's hugely PvP. But I mean, they're adding this, the new resources which you have to go in PvP land to get. But you don't. If someone's selling them, which a lot of people are like, oh, why would I sell them? Why I would sell? Listen, right now there is no reason to sell them. You are absolutely right. So all those naysayers are like, why would I sell these resources? But I bet you when those trade towns and those other options where you need money to like pay upkeep and keep areas that give you like awesome perks, I guarantee you people will be like, I need to make money quick. What's the quickest way? Oh wait, sell the PvP resources. And they'll be flooding the market with these resources to make the extra gold to win that trade town plot so they can make more money by selling their goods there. Because let's be realistic, I mean, the way they have the vendors right now, it's nice. The vendor booths and all like yeah, but you have to go to each province. Now, if you have your booth set up in PvP area where everyone's going, then everyone has access to your stuff at one focal point. So it's gonna be huge. I can see the bid wars going crazy for those plots. But like I said, they're gonna need that money. So what's the quickest way to make money? Sell these PvP resources. So in due time, we'll tell exactly how this will affect people holding on to these resources or selling them. Like I said, you got to have that carrot in front of that horse to get them to move, or you got to entice us with something to spend our money and lots of it. So once that comes out, I see people letting go of those resources to make money, especially if they have their gear maxed out. Like there's no point of holding on to it. If everyone has their gear maxed out in your clan, why keep flipping make some gold? You know what I'm saying? Like so, a lot of good updates coming here. Like I said, even though people said it's a huge PvP update, but look, we got the new revamp of the tier thing again, which makes it easier. The biome, showing what biome you're in, huge update. I'm digging that. Um, so it's a little bit of it's PvP mainly, but they did throw a whole bunch of PvE stuff in there, quality of lives that we needed. So thank you for hanging out with me. And it's another episode of Dirty D Gaming. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. See you in the next one.